from Wayne Gretzky's in the heart of blustery downtown Toronto, it's Gallagher, presented by JVC. Tonight's guest from the WWF, Tess. Plus, Wendy and Tess have a little workout. And the first installment of Ion Sports with Peter Sawyer. Get online and interact with us on the internet. Log on and find us at www.tsn.ca/Gallagher and send us an email or question for Tess. And now, here's your host, John Gallagher.
Oh, look out in the pen. Well, hello, Canada. Delighted to have you with us. We'd like to say hi to one of the hottest spots in the country, Vancouver, British Columbia. And you know what? Those people out there and all across the country are just loving this because Hogtown, yes, Toronto, is being hit with what they're calling the blizzard of the century. 85 centimeters are down, 25 more tonight. And let's thank you, the studio audience, for coming out tonight. Braving the snow and cold. Thanks a lot, I tell you. This is still one of the hottest spots in the city tonight because we have on the show, in the studio, from the World Wrestling Federation, Test is with us tonight. As the action is heating up. Wendy, did you bring your calculator, by the way?
Hey, I'm all set for the big test tonight, John. I was up all night cramming.
You've been cramming all night. Oh, Keener, teacher's pet, Wendy Wolf. Hi, Wendy.
Hey there, everybody. All right, as you know, January 24th, Royal Rumble is coming up, so we want to know tonight on the net, who do you think is going to win that Rumble? Now, huge wrestling fans here at the Gallagher Show. Some of the crew, we have some picks here. Peter, our very good-looking gaffer, likes Triple H to win. Rugged Ron, our audio assist, likes China. And Sassy Steph, our camera babe, is picking Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let me know who you like right here on the net. Johnson, you got a pick?
Honky Tonk Man, is he still fighting? How about George the Animal Steel? I always loved George, huh? But hey, from what I know about wrestling, is Steve Austin the right answer? Is Steve Austin the guy? Is he? Good enough for me. Steve Austin, it is. Time now for those highlights you ordered up on this wintry Thursday night in downtown Toronto. Brought to you by Molson. So was that the best goals of the week or the best polls? I wonder. Here's my buddy Eric Vaughn.
Hey, thank you, Johnny. Welcome to it, folks. It is a cold, blustery night, but we're going to heat things up with Tess from the WWF. You know, I got to thinking today about Tess coming on the show, and what's in the name anyway? Might be good subject matter for the audience G-Quiz. You folks want to play G-Quiz? Who wants to play? You want to play?
Sure, all right.
What's your name, buddy?
My name's PJ.
PJ, welcome to the show. Tonight, we've got the G-Quiz question, which is a test refers to, now think carefully, A, quiz or exam, B, something Bart Simpson avoids, C, a popular WWF wrestler, D, an experiment with rats, or E, all of the above. PJ?
I'd have to say E.
E is absolutely right. Let's hear it for him. Look what we've got for you. We've got for you a TSN t-shirt, Gallagher t-shirt for you, PJ. Are you folks ready? Are you ready? Test is coming up next. Don't get out of
Gallagher is brought to you by JVC. Technically perfect, perfectly simple.
Gallagher is brought to you in part by Castrol GTX. Drive hard. And by Molson Canadian.
Well, as I used to say when I worked at Much Music, we like to get intimate and interactive with our guests. And tonight, we got hands-on with our boy. Wendy Wolf and I get together with a big fella. Here now is the video evidence. Check it out.
Hey, everybody, I'm here with Tess from the WWF. Now, Tess used to be a bodyguard, right?
You got it.
All right, well, I have a new assignment here with the Gallagher Show, and they want me to be John Gallagher's bodyguard.
Well, Wendy, I don't really understand why Gallagher needs a bodyguard. I have seen the show, and to be quite honest, he can't have that many fans. But hey, let's give it a try anyway.
All right, you can show me maybe some defense stuff, some submission moves, that
Sure,
kind of stuff.
sure. The keys to being a good bodyguard, first of all, you got to have no fear. Second of all, you got to be built up top. But Wendy, looking at you, you're looking pretty healthy. So why don't we hit the weights?
All right, let's do it.
That'll go, Wendy. Keep it going. Looking good, looking good.
I'm the queen of the world. Faster, Tess, faster.
19. 20. 21. Well, Wendy, you know, what would you do if someone pulled a gun on John? What would you do in that situation?
Oh, I'd probably say, hey, he's the host of the show over there in the suit.
No, no, no. You have to have no fear. You have to be strong. And it just so happens I have a loaded gun in my pants. Well, here it is. So let's get rolling, shall we?
All right.
Oh, sorry I'm late, guys. Oh, man, I was accosted by a junior high school field hockey team in the parking lot, and they were nasty.
Just kind of stuck here.
Told you. What did I miss?
Well, John, you're just in time. I'm demonstrating to Wendy what to do in a gun situation here. What I'd like you to do is to take the gun. You be the gun killer shooting yourself.
I got the gun shooting myself.
Right. Now listen, just go with it, all right? Okay, Wendy, you just watch close. This is what you do in a gun situation. Okay, Wendy, why don't you go ahead there and grab John's little gun.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Mary, you're supposed to protect me.
That'll work. That'll work.
All right, good stuff, Tess. Thank you so much for that. I think I learned some good stuff today.
Anytime, Wendy. Just remember, no fear. Keep looking healthy up top, and always keep your eye on your subject.
All right.
But right now, I'm pretty hungry. You want to go grab a bite to eat?
Yeah, cool. Sounds good.
Okay,
Let's do
go.
Hey! The whole studio audience went nuts when Wendy dropped me. Did you like that? Wendy. Here is one of the newcomers in the World Wrestling Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, Tess. Yeah, go ahead. How are you, son?
What's going on, John?
Come on in, sit down. Who'd you knock over there?
A little bit of stone cold, I'd have to say.
Ooh, well, I guess you can stay. Okay. All right, so Test. I got to ask this, and I asked this with Sable. Remember when Sable was on the show last week? I asked this of Mankind. I asked it of Kurgan. Test. What does it mean?
Well, John, I got that back in the Motley Crue days. Let's just say when the overzealous fans would try to rush the stage, nobody could pass the test. But in all reference, there have been a few ladies who have passed the test. And you know who you are.
You speak of Motley Crue? Oh, boy, I bet you got some good stories on the road from those guys. What were the boys in the bands like?
Well, let's just say I don't know the boys as well as I know their girls.
We'll just leave that alone.
Okay.
Pamela Anderson on line 2. Talk to me.
Don't know her.
Don't know her.
Don't know her. I'm not going to go there.
Hey, you're starting to make your mark in the World Wrestling Federation. You're on the up and up. How far have you been in it? How long?
Well, it's a funny story, actually. I was, as you know, I'm from Toronto area. Always a big wrestling fan. Wanted to get into it. Went to Planet Hollywood after a Scott on House show where I knew some of the guys would be. Met up with Carl DeMarco. 2 weeks later, make a long story short, I was on my way to be trained. Went through a vigorous 8 months of training. Had my tryout with WWF. I've been with them since.
And to be in the WWF, you have to go to a wrestling camp. Now, what happens there? What do you learn there? How long is it? 8 weeks? Is that it?
That depends on the person. Not everybody picks it up as fast as the next guy. It's not for everybody. A lot of people think, you know, well, I can do that. You know, come on down. I invite those people to come on down and try it. I'd say probably 90% of the guys who try it don't make it. And it's very hard, very tough, but it's worth it if you can make it through.
Like boot camp, huh?
Well, I've never been to a boot camp, but they do lay the boots to you.
How long did you last?
I did it for 8 months, took me, and it was a lot of hard work, but it's definitely been worth it. It's been great. Yeah,
you're from the Toronto area. In fact, you and I worked at a bar once. I was the DJ at a bar called the Regent in Oshawa. You were my head bouncer.
Right, I think I remember throwing you out there for being a little overzealous, as I remember.
It's a setup. That never happened. That was, yeah, come on, a little 20 bucks, 50 bucks just to leave me be. All right, so over the last little while here on Gallagher, we've had some big names on. We've had Val Venus. Val Venus known as a ladies' man. The same could be said of you. Is that true? Is that your persona? But really, isn't that the reason we're in this business in the first place?
Well, maybe. But let's just say Test's tube would put the big Valvoski to shame.
Now, you don't like this Val Venus. Apparently, you and him have been a little testy, shall we say? Well, 2, 3. What's with you and him?
Well, let's just say Val's been sticking his nose where it doesn't belong, and instead of jumping me from behind, which is probably the way he likes it, but why doesn't he come down and step in the ring and see if he can pass the test?
Oh, I see a feud coming around. Is it true?
Well, we'll see what happens. You know, he wants to keep mixing it up with me. He's going to get himself hurt, but we'll see if he gets smart.
All right, the Royal Rumble is coming up, and this week the wrestling order was determined. How do you like yourself going into this one?
Well, I think my chances are pretty good. Let's just say if I'm a little testy on that day, the other guys better watch out.
And Vince McMahon, our buddy, has brought you in as part of the corporation. You're being paid to watch Vince McMahon's back. What's going on there? How's Vince been treating you?
Vince has been great. Let's just say Big Vinnie Mac's got the 21-inch guns going. He's buff, unlike yourself, and he's ready to get in there. And let's just say he's got one hell of an insurance policy looking after his back.
That's great. 1, 2, testing, test is with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. More after an all WWF G-File.
Time now for the G-Files. The best from the video vault. Brought to you by JVC.
Def Jam. Def Jam. What's going on? What's going on? Get busy. Here it is. Okay. Cut it.
If you'd like free tickets to the Gallagher Show, call 416-490-7075. Meet famous stars and win fabulous prizes. Call today to book yours.
Everybody, now don't forget to stay tuned to Gallagher because next week we're going to be giving you a chance to win tickets to the biggest Raw ever on February 8th, so stay tuned for that. All right, on the net tonight we asked you who you think is going to win the Royal Rumble on the 24th. So far in third place we have Vince McMahon. I don't know about him. Second place we have Chyna, and first place Stone Cold Steve Austin. There you have it. All right, now Tess, I've got a question for you from the net. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. We have Kanwar Gag from Kesnell, BC, who would like to ask, if you were the second last man left in the Royal Rumble, who would you want to toss out last to win?
Well, I'd have to say Chyna, because I wouldn't mind getting my hands on her buns.
Chyna's going to be here February 8th. That's going to be a huge show. Looking forward to that. Question, we named your buddy Val Venus. Yeah, right, you're obviously very good friends. Him and the Edge and Kurgan, good Canadian boys. Yeah, all have something in common. Really showing the red and white. I like that.
Yeah, it seems a lot of the Canadian guys are getting a good break. We owe a lot of that to Carl DeMarco, who's helped a lot of us out. You know, Canada has great athletes, and they're overlooked in a lot of sports. Just so happens a lot of us are getting a good chance to show our stuff in the World Wrestling Federation.
Mm-hmm. And you once played hockey, and believe it or not, you were a goaltender.
Sure did. The time, still love hockey, watch it as much as I can. With my schedule now, it's almost impossible to play, but you know, I'd like to get back into it some way or another, sometime.
Goaltender, part of the fraternity, gotta like that. Right. Eric Vaughn has a fan?
Yes, thank you. John David is here with a question, and at least one hand is warm tonight.
Yes, Test. I have no doubt from your Motley Crue days, a lot of women conspicuous by their presence. And I think you're a great wrestler. And a couple weeks ago, you fought The Godfather on Monday Night Raw. And I noticed, interestingly enough, The Godfather didn't make his particular offer of the ladies of the night to you. Now, I wonder if he had made his offer to you, would you have accepted? Because, as you know, pimping ain't easy.
Well, to be honest with you, first of all, I would have beat The Godfather down, then taken his ladies and left.
Now, we're talking about how good you are as a goaltender. You used to play lacrosse. You used to sit on the bench and wait for that magical moment when the referee or the coach taps you in the back of the shoulder.
Actually, that's a pretty funny story. I'd never played lacrosse in my life. To this day, I still don't know the rules.
Really?
I got a call one day. You know, we need insurance policy, so to speak, for the team. Would you be interested in doing it? We'll give you free equipment and take care of you in other ways. I said, sure, fine enough. You know, I'd sit there on the bench and wait for my call.
You were the team goon.
Yeah, I guess you could say it that way.
You'd sit there for minutes before, well, you got the call, huh?
That's right. Get the call, go out, do my thing, and get back on the bench.
And boy, hey, listen, good luck in the Royal Rumble, but we got a bigger event, the biggest Raw ever on February 8th. You're going to be there for that?
Yes, I am. It's going to be huge. Everybody come on down, get your tickets, come down and watch. It's going to be a great show. Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, Test has been our guest tonight. We'll see you on a WWF broadcast on most of these TSN stations. And to get ready for that big thing on the 8th and the Royal Rumble, let's get warmed up a bit. Let's say I'm an overzealous fan. I'm coming at you. You give me your best move.
Okay.
Pull out the stops, buddy. Ready?
Come
I'm coming at you. Let's go. And all right. Test has been our guest. We'll be back right after this.
Thanks, Ron.
Circle it on your calendar. You won't want to miss it. February 1st, The Rock from the corporation of the WWF is here on Gallagher. No tickets available for the show, folks, so tune in to watch 8:30 Eastern. And just 1 week later, it's all three ladies of the WWF, Deborah, Chyna, and Sable, live on Gallagher. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on TSN. Gallagher is brought to you in part by Castrol GTX, Drive Hard, and by Molson Canadian.
Is brought to you by JVC. Technically perfect, perfectly simple.
Join us tomorrow night for captain of the Toronto Rock lacrosse team, Jim Veltman on Gallagher, 7:30 Eastern. And coming up next Tuesday, from the Brew, The Edge, WWF Canadian Superstar is on Gallagher, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on TSN.
Well, Tess busted up our Steve Austin cutout pretty good,
Steve.
but Steve's standing tall in the poll, huh?
Yeah, exactly. 48% voted he is the one who's going to win the Royal Rumble, as per these people here. So there you have it.
Glad you had fun tonight.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was good with Tess today. I enjoyed that. Time for a new feature on Gallagher, people. Tonight, a slightly different look on basically what happened in the world of sports the last week. Here now is the eye. Thanks, Peter. Well, that's it tonight, people. Grab a shovel, everybody. Grab a shovel, everybody. Come on. I can't find my car. It's out there somewhere. Tess from the WWF. You're number one with me, baby. Thanks, buddy. Now, practice your cross-check candidate, because tomorrow we have Toronto Rock's Jim Veltman from the National Lacrosse League. Stay warm, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Tess is going to take some shots with me. Come on, Tess. Come on, baby. Little basketball action.